What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? Girl, I'm back home. Listen, I've been at my mama's house for the past week, right? Girl, love them down, love seeing them and everything. But baby, my social meter, I was ready to come home. I was so ready to come home. I was supposed to come home later tonight. Girl, I left early this morning, okay? And when I say early this morning, it was like almost 7 o'clock their time. All right. So, and we get to push the clock back. So we get an hour. We gain another hour of sleep. Oh, Lord have mercy. Winter is really here. But anyway, you guys, happy first of the month. I hope you guys enjoyed your Halloween. I'm gonna be real honest, girl. I don't know. I ain't really see too many costumes that was like, but oh yeah, out there in suburbia, girl, the kids really be out there doing trick or treating. I live in a city and I live in a building. So, we don't even get that like that. And if we do, it just ain't over here. But yeah, the kids was out there. We come back from the store, picking up my sister from her job, and she work at the store. They was out there, costume and all. I said, oh, it was cute. It was cute. I ain't even gonna hold you. We ain't had nothing for them, but it was cute. But anyway, let's get up into this. What it is. Beyond the Gates. Girl, Beyond the Gates, season 1, episodes. Wait a minute, let me see what episodes is these. I know is 159 to 163. Yeah, 163. Okay. We ain't gonna be on here too long because this week kind of infuriated me a little bit. And not necessarily infuriated me, but kind of irked me because a few people just really pissed me off. In a couple of storylines, what are they doing? What are they doing? So y'all really trying to make Kat be the bad guy on this? Y'all flipping it to make Eva look good when it comes to her daddy and her family, and then make Kat be on the outs with the family for the most part because nobody in that family really got her back. All right? Kat told her mama about Tomas cheating, about Eva being the one that he cheated with or that she caught him with, and did she, be like, girl, that nigga and all that stuff, and you can do so much better than him and Eva and all that. No, she did not. Oh, I can't see Eva doing that. I'm like, girl, why couldn't she? She is her mother's daughter. Okay, she is her mother's daughter, And so now Eva got a new love interest, I guess, and it's Jacob Hawthorne's, Elon Hawthorne's brother and son. You know what I'm saying? And so, first of all, cut him. The hair, get that. It's played out. It's given very 2016. Okay, I need you to cut those. Either cut the locks, the braids, or cut the hair, or braid it somewhere else. Okay, get the bun out. It just gives childish a little bit. It gives childish. And if I was Yolanda, I probably would have left you too. I'm so sorry. So basically, he was down at Uptown. She was down at Uptown. They met or whatever. And so they're not, of course, it's just a little bit of flirting. They're not necessarily together, which, duh, we don't want that to happen. I'm like, damn, y'all move fast. Is that the situation? But no, they're not together. But, it's probably going to be a friends with benefits type of thing because Eva flat out said, listen, I ain't trying to be, no rebound because, he did say that he was there, just broke up with somebody. Yolanda sent him a text and said, listen, you ain't got to come back here. You might as well stay out there where you at because ain't nothing out here for you. Okay? It's over and it's done with. Get it up. Move on. And I was just like, I really want to know what happened. What did you do, Isaiah? I'm more interested in seeing out what happened with you and Yolanda. Yolanda got to pop up. Okay? Yolanda got to pop up. But, the whole situation with that, I was okay with Eva kind of having like a little love interest. Then we find out that it's too close to home. Can y'all stop? I know we're trying to make some drama and we're trying to make some scandal or whatever. But at this point, can we bring somebody that's on the show that's not part of the family? They could be friends of the family, but not necessarily part of the family or adjacent to the family. And what I mean by that is because Isaiah is very much adjacent to the family because that's Jacob's brother. You know what I'm saying? So like, no, I don't need that. I don't need that. But yeah, that storyline kind of fizzled for a second because Kat came through and saw them talking and was like, absolutely the fuck not. She's a homewrecker, she's this, she's that, and all that stuff. And I get it on the one hand because Kat is still in her feelings, and understandably so. But at the end of the day, Catherine, I'm gonna have to tell you this. You can't stop somebody from doing what they want to do. Now, if that man want to reach out over there and touch, Eva in her private parts, and she let him, you just gonna have to let him. Okay? At the end of the day, you got your man back, right? So worry about that. I know you got a vendetta against the girl. Understandable, but get back at her some other way. You know what I'm saying? Or basically leave her alone and just live your life, okay? Because you stressing out over her. Meanwhile, she's not stressing out over you the same way that you're stressing out over her, okay? She doesn't get in her feelings every time she see you. And I understand, like, she really don't have no right to because she came in and started all this mess, her and her mama. But you are still giving her too much of your power, okay? That's what it is. You're giving her too much of your power. So she gonna tell everybody that Isaiah's back and that Eva was trying to get with her. And girl, let him find out the way that he needs to find out, okay? And I feel like Isaiah may be a little bit of trouble and may give Eva a little bit of run for her money, okay? Listen, when we saw that Isaiah was here last week, okay, and he ran into Naomi looked like I know she was a little drunk, but Naomi looked like she didn't seen a ghost. Now, I need to know exactly, was it one of those situations where, oh my God, Isaiah, man, we ain't seen you in years. We didn't even know anything was going on. Why you didn't tell me that you was coming back? If it was one of those things, or if it was one of those, oh, I wasn't expecting to see you ever again after we fucked around and didn't tell your brother. Because it was given one of the two. One of the two, right? And I need to know which one really was, or is it both? It could be. Juicy this up. Make Naomi's storyline interesting because this baby stuff, girl, don't come back on my screen next week being pissed off about this baby still and getting in your attitude. You ain't want the baby now. Okay, now you got an attitude with your girl, let it go. Let it go. I'm telling you, I was on your side with the baby thing. But come on, you're not pregnant, let it go. Okay? But then we find out that, first of all, the way they are flipping these storylines. When we first came onto the show, we first got introduced to the characters. Jacob had such a great relationship with his daddy, held him in such high regard. The daddy was cool with the fact that Jacob was following in his footsteps, being a cop, and that he was a good cop, right? Girl, he done found out the daddy kind of intertwined with Malone and all this stuff, and Joey and everything, and now he looking at him like he a little suspicious. The daddy like, damn it, boy, why can't you just not be so by the book and so uptight all the goddamn time, okay? Like, if I'm telling you to do something, do it. You ain't got to go and try to do extra or whatever. When I say let something go, let it go. Put him on desk duty. Mind you, I was okay with it because Jacob and his self-righteous ass, he was just getting on my goddamn nerves, okay? But then he got off of desk duty and they still into it. Jacob don't have that same reverence for his daddy anymore. He don't trust him and they getting into it. Then Isaiah comes into the picture and he like, oh, you and the golden boy going at it? So now it's like either Isaiah is the baby or Isaiah is the middle child, because honestly, it's given middle child, okay? But at the same time, he could be the middle child or he could be the baby that was the wild child that did not follow in the footsteps of the family. And I'm going to need Elon to understand, because his whole situation and his whole problem with Isaiah, mind you, this is the first time that they didn't seen each other in years, okay? Because Isaiah left the DMV, left Maryland. And so he gone and doing all his own thing, trying to find out what he really want. This man said, I went and got a degree in this, psychology, a master in this. I've been teaching here and doing this. And he said, well, look what you doing with it. It ain't do you no good. You ain't putting it to use. You going and getting jobs at schools and shit that don't even matter. Little schools here, little schools there. And I'm like, oh my God, Elon. See, I cannot stand when parents do this to their children. This is why people, we're gonna veer off into something else because this kind of related a little bit. I'm tied together. The way Elon was acting with Isaiah is the way some parents who have kids that are in the LGBT, they act when they find out that their children is part of the LGBT. It's like, oh, that wasn't my dream for you. That's not how I wanted you to come up. Well, baby, your dream don't have to be their dream. That's your dream. What about your children's dream? And that's what I was getting at when I'm looking at Elon. And I'm like, yes, I understand that you are proud to be on the force. You got 2 sons that followed in your footsteps. Be grateful about that. You have one son that is out here literally not afraid to do what he wants to do and find his way. Yeah, I know he probably had a little, situation back in his past. But them are kids. Kids are going to mess up a little bit. But at the same time, should he still be punished with trying to find his way? He's not asking you for anything at the moment. He's out there trying to get a job. He got a job offer from Banneker. You saw how his face kind of changed when he told him that because, Banneker is a prestigious school because that's where Vernon teaches at. You know what I'm saying? And so he still was looking at him like, okay, and you still mad that this boy, went out and didn't live by the book and so tight ass like your other sons and he basically talked back to you? Girl, I was just like, y'all putting do all this up in the police station. I would have been sitting at the desk like, what's going on? And then him and Jacob got probably a little something going on too. I was just like, everybody got issues. I kind of dig it. I dig it. You know what I'm saying? Then we found out that, Isaiah had a little trouble. He got a little arrested back in the day when he was a teenager because he was hanging out with some kids he shouldn't have been hanging out. You know how kids do. He got caught with a little bit of drugs. I think he was trying to sell it a little bit. He found out that wasn't for him. He was testing the waters. He was trying to figure out what he was going to do, and he got himself together. So why are you still holding that over on his head? He got himself together, okay? He is a legitimate, degreed, carrying person. And you over there going there to Joey, meanwhile, you upset with your son and feeling how you feel about your son when you in cahoots with Joey. You may not be trying to do no dirty stuff or whatever, but you very much into it where you can't even control the people on your force because Joey do. You're going over there telling him about Malone, and because Joey told Malone, you're not leaving. All right, Malone wanted to go ahead and he wanted to retire. Malone said, no, I'm gonna have to keep you on a little bit more. And so Elon go over there talking to Joey and everything and was like, yo, you need to let that string go because I need to let Malone go because I'm tired of him. You know what I'm saying? And Joey basically said, baby, at the end of the day, I need Malone. I run this ship. And if he go down and he start talking, I'm going to go down, bitch. I'm going to bring you down. And it's going to take down the debris too. Now, do we need all of that? No, we don't need all that. Unless you can give me somebody else that I can start to groom. How about your son, Isaiah? And I said, absolutely no. First he said, Jacob. And I said, sir, if you don't get the freak, okay, no, of all people, no. Now, Isaiah, possibly. But at this point in time, I don't want that to happen. I said, listen, Elon, your hand ain't dirty. I mean, ain't as clean as you want it to think to be, and that's why Isaiah, get it from you, bitch. He get that part from you because look at what you doing. Meanwhile, we get over there with Cat broke Tomas' penis and basically they're okay. The way that the news then ran around and everybody named Mama in Fairmont's Crest know that, he got a broken penis. Girl, it reminds me of broken pussy. Oh my God, Issa Rae is so goddamn dumb for that. That was classic. I'm about to go do a rewatch of Insecure. Broken pussy. But I would be upset too. Everybody know that my shit broke and it ain't even really broke. It's just a little bit bruised. But you know what, Tomas? Take that in stride. Take that in stride. I don't even like you like that, but take it in stride and said, I had that girl, I had her wanting me so bad, she broke my shit, bitch. You got to look at the positive about it. Okay. Now you can't say, oh, it ain't broke because I can't get it up because I can't do nothing with it. And it didn't last nothing. No, it's broke because she couldn't get enough of it, baby. That's what it is. Look at it that way. Okay. And she was trying to give him some vitamins and all of this shit or whatever. I was like, calm down, calm down. He said, I know you feel guilty about it and all this shit, but every time we talk lately, it's all about my dick. Okay, about what you did. And I want to have real conversations. We ain't got to bring that up. I know that you sorry. I know that you didn't mean it. Girl, Chelsea said, damn, girl, you can't listen. You held off being sexually active for a long time and now you can't get enough. I said, all right. Now, Chelsea, girlfriend, I'm gonna need you to understand that what you are doing with Matt. Why y'all? Everybody be wanting some understanding, but then they can't understand where other people are coming from. Quit butting into other people's business, and that's including your girls and your partners. Okay, if they tell you something, they're telling you that because they trust you. Girl, y'all can tell I'm so tired because look at the bags. I ain't getting no sleep last night. I'll take a nap later. But anyway, they telling you this because they trust you, right? And that means that they can confide in you. That means that they can tell their inner deep secrets and innermost secrets to you without thinking that it's going to get back to somebody else. Now, if she wanted you to talk to her mama, she would have told you to talk to her mama, okay? Or she would have talked to her mother herself. And she said that she does not have a good relationship with her mother because her mother does not understand where she's coming from on a scientific level. And I don't give a care if you don't understand where that's coming from or if you think it's trivial, if you think it's small or whatever. People cut their parents and their family off for less. Okay? I feel like that's a legitimate reason. That is a legitimate reason. And it doesn't even matter what the reasoning is. She says she's estranged from her mom. They don't get along and she has no reason to talk to her at this moment. And you putting out there that poll last week trying to see if you can reunite somebody and all this stuff. And even your people said, don't do it. But what you do, you go do it. And now your girl is mad. Your girl mad to the point that she had to go over there and talk to Nicole to see if it's okay to be mad at you. Because you're so traumatized from being, bring Allison ass back. Hello, my love. Bitch, Allison was crazy. I liked her. I don't care. The bitch was crazy. But yeah, you got to calm that down. Okay? Or you're going to lose your girl. And I don't want you to lose your girl. Okay? Listen, Jesus. Meanwhile, and speaking of losing women, this whole situation with Nicole and Carlton and Ted, you lost for right now. Okay? You lost for right now. Take that L for a second. Go back, sit in it, and then recharge and think of another way to try to come back. But right now, give her some breathing room, okay? But I will say this. He ain't necessarily wrong for being upset at the fact that, oh, so we get divorced, I fuck up, and we get divorced, that's my bad, that's on me. And the next nigga that you gonna hop off onto is to my business partner / friend that I know since I was in college and all that shit. Friends that we known for years together. And not necessarily being mad at Nicole, but I would be more so mad. You know what? Truth be told, I'd be mad at both of them equally. But then again, honestly, I would be more mad at Carlton because Carlton was there when they met. And so that means that, and I think they said something about Carlton knew Nicole before Ted. Carlton had a thing for Nicole before Ted came into the picture, but you never stepped up. You never opened up your mouth, and she never received it or whatever if you did. She saw Ted. She was attracted to him. She wanted to get to know him. She fell in love with him. That's your fault that you didn't open up your mouth back then when you already had the attraction. I don't like when motherfuckers do that because then it seems like, bitch, why are you still friends with me so that you can keep a glimpse of my wife? Is that what it is? That's why you want to be partners so that you can eventually try to get in where you fit in. If I can't have fun, I still want to be around Carlton. The character dude that play Carlton, he always play stuff like this. I'm telling y'all. I be like, damn, can you play good for once? Now you're about to be up in a Christmas movie with Brandy. I hope you the good guy this time. I really do hope you the good guy. Okay, bitch. That I said. Now, Carlton, you know that ain't no bro codes. Y'all ain't got bro codes like girl code. Like, listen, if my if my friend break up with her girl, bitch, I'm not finna try to get with her girl. And if her ex try to get with me, it's I'm no, and I'm gonna tell her like, bitch, she trying to get with me, she talking to me, whatever, and I want you to know that's just on me, that's on GP, that's on girl code. Okay, I would never date my friend's ex. That's disgust. Okay, because I don't want you to think that, bitch, the whole time while y'all was together, I was thinking that I can fuck with her anyway. And that's what it feels like, Carlton. The whole time they was married for fucking 30 years, and you been pining over Nicole for 30 years, and you knew, girl, Carlton, you ain't shit. You really ain't shit. And Nicole, I know it was just a revenge thing. It was just a revenge thing. And you could have got a little revenge fuck up out of it. But see, you a little too classy. You not like that. Truth be told, my girl Danny would have did the shit. You know the actress that played Miss Carla, Danny. Hey, girl, how you doing? She queer. I said, oh my God, no wonder why we connect. I like you so much because, bitch, Danny is my favorite character on the show. I don't give a shit. The bitch is crazy, but she's fun as too. Okay, and she crazy and she knows it. She knows it. Okay, I like her. And now that you know that you're rainbow family too. Oh, okay, we are family. But anyway. I was just like, yeah, that is so messed up. Now you wanna act like y'all ain't together and y'all ain't doing nothing, but y'all kissing. You calling her up, you calling him up for comfort. You know, Nicole, you know exactly what you're doing, but at the same time, technically speaking, you ain't doing nothing wrong because you divorced, but it is like more, it's like whatever your moral character is to you, because I would never do that unless I'm really trying to hurt that nigga, and that's what it felt like you was trying to do. You're trying to get your get back. So maybe I can kind of see it that way, but either way, it's still kind of like no. But at the same time, I get it. But Carlton, bitch, you on another level because you've been panning for this lady for 30 plus years. That's crazy. Okay? And then you still fucked it up because when Ted saw them at the hospital, girl, they was up there talking and all that shit. They going back and forth. Now, Ted had every right to read Carlton his right. I ain't even gonna hold you because if I would have seen that shit, regardless of if I was divorced, we broken up or whatever, I would have cussed that motherfucker out too. Okay, like, nigga, what? You supposed to be my friend. Now you gonna go after my ex, bitch. The ink ain't even fucking dry. You couldn't even wait a damn year? 6 months? You waited 2 weeks? What the fuck is going on, bitch? Yeah, I would have cussed his ass out. Ted had every right. All right? And then they going back and forth. And now, Nicole, you want to get high and mighty. Nicole, you should have sat the fuck back and just let them go at it. I'm going to be real with you. Something like that would have happened to me, girl. I would have been turned on. And I would have been like, well, how about we just all do a threesome? You know what I'm saying? That's what I would have said. Because, like, wait a minute, y'all fighting over little old me? Yes. Okay, yes, I would have, you know, that's just how my brain works. I'm sorry. Everybody else probably would have been embarrassed like Nicole, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I was like, you see it, because they're not bad looking dudes either. I would have been like, you see this. You see this. Yes. Shanice was the only one that came through and was like, yeah, I need to take this shit up off the floor. Okay, y'all in public. We can't be doing this. And she went right back there in the back like this. Bitch, that would have been me. I would have acted like I need to do my job. Yeah, I got to do this. Get this off the floor. And I would have stayed there and I would have watched this whole shit went down. And I would have been like, girl, did you know? Did you hear the shit that was? Bitch, I heard it. I saw it. Okay. Let me tell you what happened. Oh, that would have been me. That would have been me. Shanice, she messy as hell and I like it. Okay. But, I need her to have a whole story. She needs to get a line. Somebody said they need to make it so that, you know, Ted and Shanice kind of hook up. Bitch, that'd be crossing the line for me too. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'd be like, now hold on. Hold on. Let's get up out the hospital. Everybody too close. Too close. Meanwhile, you got that. So Carlton and Nicole were gonna go out on a date, and because of that whole thing, the debacle happened. Girl, they decided not to, or Nicole decided not to, and she was just basically like, I'm not ready. And this ain't right, and you got to respect that. You know, he felt some type of way, but he can't do nothing but respect it. I ain't like the way that she came at Danny because Danny was asking, what happened on the date. And she was like, girl, I ain't even go. She was like, why didn't you go? You need to get your ass up out there. Are you up here trying to tell me this because you want me to be just like you, or take away from the fact that you just be out here? I said, now hold the fuck up, Nicole. She just being a sis trying to get you out there. Okay, she don't want you just wallowing in your grief all day and all night. You know, go to work making it seem like everything all to the good, and then you go home eating 3 pints of ice cream by yourself. That's not what she trying to do, girl. That's all it is. You know, I said, you be judging your sister a little bit too much for me sometimes, Nicole. You be, yeah, that's my road dog and everything, but then you judge her for her actions, and I'm like, girl, she ain't really doing nothing. You should understand. Let me tell you something. Nicole got a partnership with Fabrice, the actress that played Nicole. She got a partnership with Fabrice. I saw the little commercial. Cute as ever. But listen, Fabrice made his comeback in a couple of episodes. And in that Halloween episode, which came on Thursday, and you started off, y'all need to cut that shit down, okay? We gonna do product placement. Do product placement. We don't need a whole fucking ad in the beginning that's a whole minute plus long talking about some Febreze does this. Can you make it any more obvious? It was okay when we had to tie it up in the basket and we kept on seeing it at Leslie's house, your house, and your mama's house. That was fine. It was just sitting there doing what it was supposed to do. Sit there. Now you Febreze. Fresh. Girl, what? They always come with the nice smells. You know, I said, well, list them, girl, because y'all might as well have, because that's what you and Vernon was up there doing. You know, I do like her and Vernon relationship. I ain't even gonna hold you though. Looking at scary movies and all that stuff, reminiscing about the past, that was cute or whatever. How the fuck Leslie get up in the goddamn house? I don't understand it. I don't understand what the fuck she needs to be there for, okay? And Ted, you know, I gave you all of that, and I'm finna take that shit the fuck away. Because what do you mean you are going to think about being cool with Leslie? I don't give a good goddamn if y'all got a kid together. This bitch broke up your marriage. You can't even get back with your bitch. And you want to be friends with her? Or you want to work towards being friends with her? Now you're telling Eva that she can call you dad. That's cool or whatever. That was going to come eventually. But the preview for next week with Cat girlfriend, I understand you upset. But you can't be giving ultimatums like that. Not that type of ultimatum. Either it's going to be her or me. Like, no. But I do understand. And before we get on Cat, we can get on Cat for that part. But before we get on her for anything else, we have to understand. Ted ain't really been there for her this whole damn time this show been on. Ever since Eva came into the picture too. He's more concerned about not making her upset than actually, you know, fixing things with the family. Now he want to integrate Eva into the family. And then not only that's gonna happen, bitch, they're about to have Martin pissed off at Cat. All because Samantha fast ass. And let me tell you something. I don't really like calling these little kids fast or whatever. But this little bitch is fast, okay? Girl, she gets on my goddamn nerves, all right? It's always one. It's always one in the family that just won't do right and just want to do everything and under the sun too fast, okay? And I especially hate calling black girls fast, because they do that as a dig all the time, and it carries very negative connotations and stereotypes or whatever. But in this situation, I'll make a goddamn exception. You are doing the absolute fucking most with your mouth, and you're trying to do it with your body. And I'm not here for it. Little Samantha had a little conversation with her mom, okay? She had a little conversation with her mother, you know? And even her mother is giving her good advice. Who of all would have thought? Okay, I actually like June. I like the fact that June is coming on here and she's cleaning herself up, and she's not trying to be one of those ones that's trying to, you know, overdo or overstep her boundaries and try to be like, well, I'm your mother, you should listen to me, you should do this and all that stuff, and you need to come back with me and all this stuff, and woo, 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 woo. No, if the kids got something they want to say to her, she'll sit down there and listen, and she know when to step and when not to. And so you asking her about how to get the boy and all that stuff. You put the pictures up the way that you needed to. They weren't really that revealing or anything different, but then all of a sudden he wants to come back into your life. And again, we already peeped that he only wanted to use her. When we first saw Nathan, and the conversation that they was talking about was her working with Chelsea. He wanted to use that so that he can get all these people to come and promote his shit off of her, off of her clout. He's a clout chaser, right? Then they break up, or he can't do nothing. He don't want to do nothing with her. She gets in her feelings with her. Okay, fine, understandable. You like the boy, but the boy don't really like you like that. Okay, and then you put these pictures up. They're not getting his attention. Your mama say put these other type of pictures up that you do from these events and everything. Oh, now he's getting your attention. You're getting his attention, and he wants to, like all the pictures and all this stuff. Now he wants to come back and play like this a date or whatever. June saw him and saw right through him. Instantly saw him and saw right through him. Bitch. And I said, that's something for somebody that hasn't even been in your life for the majority of your life, and see that boy and can tell he is up to no good, and then you don't want to listen because you just want to do your own thing. Then you had that boy over there to the goddamn house. Now, before that, you come over to Kat and Chelsea's place, or to, I don't know if it was a restaurant or whatever, and you're listening to the conversation that they having. And they just so happen to be talking about Chelsea's relationship and Kat's relationship, but mostly Kat's relationship with Tomas, and how they're now sexually active and all of this stuff or whatever, how the sex is and what happens and all of that stuff. Okay, cool. They were not having that conversation in front of Samantha. Samantha was not in the room when the conversation started, but she caught it because she came back in being a little sneak, and she just stood over there listening. And her ears and stuff is perking. And so she's like, oh, bitch, let me go back to school because I'm going to go talk to Nathan. And instead of going back to school to talk to Nathan, she brings Nathan over there to the house trying to get him to fuck on her. And, he pulling out condoms and shit. They're down there in the goddamn living room on the fucking floor, bitch. You couldn't even do it on the couch. If you're going to do it on the living room, you're on the fucking floor. That's what you want your first time to be, And if anything, truth be told, I'm actually glad they didn't do it up in the room, because it probably would have went all the way, and they probably wouldn't have got caught, or they would have got caught mid-dick in, and I really would have been upset. I would have been upset for Martin and Smitty, because Samantha probably would have fucked around and got pregnant, okay? And then this boy going, oh my God, I could just see it now. So Martin and Smitty came in on them. Samantha Robinson, what's Smitty's name? Richardson Smith, whatever the fuck. He said the girl full government. Cussed her ass out. Well, not necessarily. Martin cussed out Nate and tried to put the fear of God in him. When he said words, I said, damn, Martin. He did what a daddy and a parent. No, he did what a parent should have did when you supposed to. And you want to know what really probably pissed him off? Because you skipped school to come here and do this shit. You ain't even supposed to be here. Let alone trying to fuck on my floor with somebody that I don't know. Like, what the fuck is going on? And you got the nerve to get upset with him because he's telling you can't have your phone and all this stuff. And, oh, well, Terrell can have a girlfriend, but I can't. Terrell ain't really got a girlfriend. They ain't really made it official. But Terrell, once he has his girl, he has not disrespected his parents by going ahead behind their backs, bringing her home to them, to the house, trying to fuck on her while they're not there. He's not sneaking around doing something. We see Terrell and Jessica, they're back together, and they've officially made it together, and they're not forcing each other and pressuring each other to say that we're in a relationship, to kiss on each other. And when they do kiss, it's just a little, they're not trying to force each other to have sex or whatever. You, on the other hand, trying to have sex for what? Because you feel like this is what's going to keep this boy, and what you don't understand and what they keep trying to tell you is once you do give it up to this boy, he's gonna fucking use that against you and probably spread it around that you're easy and all of this stuff. And like he said, when Terrell came across him, because Terrell heard the motherfucker on the phone talking and saying, oh yeah, she trying to throw it at me and I'm just gonna add it to my body count. And then you gonna have a nerve, Nathan, to fucking try to come at Terrell because he trying to protect his sister. Terrell, you could have came a little bit harder, but for you, I'll give you a pass. I'll give you a little pass, okay? But Jessica was turned on. Jessica, she admired it or whatever. So I'll give you a little pass because they got you a little kiss from her and all that stuff. But bitch, you couldn't have did that shit on the south side of Chicago because, bitch, I would have knocked your ass out, Nathan. I'm sorry. First of all, you ain't scanned me. Second of all, how dare you? Third of all, my cousins would have came and whooped your ass, bitch. Okay? I would have called up every goddamn body. Oh, he trying to play? My people, them street niggas. Okay? Absolutely the fuck not. Felmar cranced my ass. All right, but Terrell did what he had to do. He stood up for his little sis. Now Samantha, on the other hand, because your ass is going on punishment, and Martin took the phone and the she tried. She just irks me so much. She's irked me since she came on the screen. I'm so sorry. They intentionally made her annoying. Okay. And girl, I was just like, get the fuck. Then you go over there to talk to Nicole. Then you want to go and live with Nicole because of this. No. Then you sneaking and you're still talking to Nathan on Terrell's phone, and he didn't even know until Nathan fucking showed him. Girl, whatever. At this point, I don't want nothing bad to happen. But if you do give it up to that boy and he fuck around and embarrass your ass, you gonna have to fucking eat that and learn. This gonna be a lesson learned. And you gonna have to come back crying to you. I should have listened. Yes. Kids be thinking that they know it all. They be thinking they know it all. So, yeah, this gonna be one of those ones you just gonna have to fuck around and find out. Ooh, I don't want you to fuck around. Okay, we don't want that to happen. But then when she was over there talking to Nicole, this how the shit finna blow up between her and Kat and Martin. She gonna say she was up there talking to, she was talking to Kat and she was talking to this person, and Martin overheard it and was like, Kat told you to do this? She ain't even and I said, oh my God. And even though that did come out like that, Samantha did say, well, actually, no. I overheard the conversation that she was having with Chelsea about her relationship and her experience. Okay? And then, even though technically she is correct, Martin still wants to get upset, and I know he gonna take it out on Chelsea. It was like, why is she talking about this around you? No, baby. On Kat. No. Kat and Chelsea was having a conversation with Samantha out the room. That little girl just so happened to creep up in there and heard what was going on. That's just really what it was. She wasn't talking about it in front of her intentionally. She even apologized and told her to fucking wait. Oh my God. Kat ain't finna have no daddy and she ain't finna have no brother. What the hell? I don't like this for Catherine. All she's trying to do is keep the family together. And then, Jen, you ain't shit. Okay, I forgot to mention this. Eva was trying to get Jen and Mona to give her mama another chance. Mona said, fuck that bitch. Okay? Absolutely the fuck not. Jen, on the other hand, she's so goddamn spineless. Girl, you folded so quick. And now you up there kikiing and ha-ha with Leslie. Get out of here. And this whole situation with Derek and Ashley, girl, I don't give a fuck. The motherfucker can walk. We're going to see that next week. Okay? And that's just really what it is. Anyway, you guys tell me how y'all feel about this past week's episodes. Girl, I'm so tired of Leslie at this point. I'm tired. She get away. She is getting her way, and I just don't understand it. Somebody got to come through and knock the bitch down. But anyway, that's all, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.